Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So let's look at the leftists and their absolute fixation on banning assault rifles. First off, they can't define an assault rifle. They're just rifles. They look like they're military weapons, so everybody's cringy and afraid. They're just rifles. And this is always in the aftermath of school shootings. Ban assault rifles, ban assault rifles. Yes, school shootings, absolutely tragic. They're a horror. But in the aftermath of each and every one of these, leftists use the tragedy to blame conservatives and accuse them of not caring for the lives of defenseless children. Yeah, ban assault rifles. Remember the Virginia Tech massacre? It killed 32 people and wounded 17 others. The killer used 2 semi-automatic pistols. Yep, not an assault rifle. And do you really think school shootings will stop with an assault rifles ban? Well, they'll be less dangerous. Read the stats on the Virginia Tech shooting again, right? 32 people killed, 17 wounded. School shootings, fortunately, they are very rare. Very rare. A minuscule number of gun homicides in the United States are the result of a school shooting. There are, however, responsible actions that we can undertake to reduce this threat. Armed guards in the school, properly trained armed guards. Oh, that's right, more guns is going to help the gun problem. Except that these leftists arguing for gun bans are very often protected with people with guns. Do you really think Joe Biden doesn't have armed guards? Of course he does. There's a Secret Service. They're armed. There are the offices and personnel working at CNN who are telling you we need assault bans, and they're protected by armed guards. But they hate the idea of you having a weapon to protect yourself and your family, or an armed guard in a school to protect your kids. And consider how each and every one of these school shootings end. They end with the arrival of the police, and these police are carrying guns. It's not a gun problem, it's a people problem. Many of these school shooters were mentally unstable and should never have access to a gun in the first place. Laws already on the books simply weren't reinforced, or certainly weren't enforced. We could start by enforcing the laws that are on the books. You look at cities with very restrictive gun laws. Don't do anything. Have huge gun problems. Yeah, not assault problems, handgun problems. Precisely the people who shouldn't be owning guns are trotting around with them. And assault rifles, no, they're not the problem. The vast majority of children killed by guns are killed by handguns. And more people are killed by blunt objects in the United States than by assault rifles. More people are beaten to death in the United States than by assault rifles. And reflect on who are these kids who are being killed by guns in the United States. The vast majority of these kids, they're living in the black inner city with gun-toting thugs running around shooting people. And no, it's not middle-class neighborhoods who are lawful gun owners. It is not. It is in the inner city by violent criminal thugs who have absolutely no respect for laws, especially those pesky little gun laws. Leftists want law-abiding citizens to lose their weapons while criminal thugs seize control of the streets. Oh, and they also want to defund the police and continue to let out violent criminal predators without bail. Nonsense. And finally, consider the fact that the Nazis, upon seizing power, used the gun registry that the Weimar Republic had enacted to seize the weapons of Jews and political opponents. And in Nazi Germany, being Jewish or being an enemy of the Nazi party, well, that got you killed. Leftists are absolutely wrong about every issue of social consequence, including this, and they are dangerously wrong. defunding the police and seizing weapons from honest, law-abiding citizens, allowing criminal thugs to roam the streets with guns, defenseless. Anyways, please do check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. Not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. And thank you so much for your time and attention and your continued support. Bye-bye now.